Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Friday of Club Penguin 101. Today we'll be diving further into the Club Penguin Yearbook series. Now, as I said in the last episode, 2009 was an incredible year for Club Penguin. So could 2010 continue the uphill trend? Well, let's find out. Like always, the year started off with the New Year's Day party. Unlike the other parties though, this one started on January 1st and ended on January 4th. This was also the first New Year's Day party to have its own pin. The only decorations present were the fireworks in the sky that could be viewed at the ski hill and the iceberg. The next party that was held was the Cave Expedition. It began on January 22nd and ended on January 28th. In the event, penguins could explore the caves and the underwater. 3 new rooms opened during the party. These included the cave mine, the hidden lake, and the underwater room. At the expedition, penguins could collect 3 items: the miner's helmet, the amethyst pin, and the coral reef background. The next party to take place was one of the bigger ones, and that was the Puffle Party. It was the second annual Puffle Party to be held and began on February 18th. It was very similar to last year's Puffle Party, especially the decorations. All the rooms were identical, except for one new room, the Puffle Show. The Puffle Show was a room where players could bring their puffles and have them participate in various services, such as grooming or an obstacle course. Along with the new room came a new puffle, and that was the Orange Puffle. 2 new items were available to penguins. These were the Puffle Hat and the Puffle Jacket. The next party was also being held for the second time, and that was the Penguin Play Awards. It was very similar to last year's Penguin Play Awards. The event mainly took place at the stage. During the event, penguins could vote on their favorite plays in 5 different categories. The categories consisted of Best Overall Play, Best Sound, Best Effects, Best Costume, and Best Set. The play, The Quest for the Golden Puffle, won the awards for Best Overall Play, Best Sound, Best Effects, and Best Set. The only other award, Best Costume, was won by Squidzoid vs. Shadow Guy and Gamma Gal. As you can tell, the Quest for the Golden Puffle won the event. All players could vote and go into the stage. However, only members were able to go into the backstage room. At the event, penguins could obtain the Penguin Play Award, the video camera, and the press hat. The party started on March 18th and ended on March 29th. This would be the last Penguin Play Awards to be held. After the Penguin Play Awards came the April Fool's Party. It was confirmed by Rookie in an issue of the Club Penguin Times and started on March 31st. It was similar to the other April Fool's parties, but there was one new addition, and that was the special Club Penguin Times issue. There were many wacky changes to it, such as drawings instead of text and extra pages. At the party, penguins could collect the red propeller cap and the Keen Jester hat. The party ended on April 5th. A different kind of party came after the April Fool's celebration, and that was Earth Day. It began on April 21st and ended on April 27th. The main room was the Mine Shack, which had many new decorations. There was also a brand new room called the Recycling Plant right next to it. To enter the recycling plant, you had to get the Recycle Pin, which could be obtained by completing a scavenger hunt. Along with the Recycle Pin, penguins could get the Straw Gardening Hat. Just a few weeks later, and penguins were celebrating the 3rd annual Medieval Party. While the decorations were similar, there were new activities. The Ye Knights Quest and Princesses 2 returned from last year, but the new attraction of the party was the Ye Knights Quest 2. It was like the Ye Knights Quest and Princesses 2, but with different challenges. Another difference was that it was based around fire and dragons. While there were many items that players could get at the party, all of them, except for one, were for members only. The one item that everybody could obtain was the Wizard Hat. Some of the member-exclusive items included the Staff and Shield and the Noble Horse. The party ended on May 7th and went until May 16th. The next event to take place was not a party at all. The event I'm talking about is the Popcorn Explosion. The Popcorn Explosion was when Herbert destroyed the PSA HQ. Penguins were able to find out about it by playing the PSA mission, The Veggie Villain. The event started on May 18th and went until May 27th. There was one item being given out, the Miner's Helmet. After the Popcorn Explosion came an actual party, and that was the Island Adventure Party. It started on June 17th and introduced quite a few new rooms. These new rooms included the Mermaid Cove area, the Ship Battle Room, and the Tree Fort. Along with all the new rooms came a lot of items. Some of these included the Pirate Bandana, the Marooned Outfit, and the Squid Lid. One of the main attractions of the party was the Scavenger Hunt. Rockhopper and his Puffle Yar also made an appearance during the party. The celebration finally came to a close 10 days later on June 27th. The next party to be held was making its return for the 3rd time, and that was the Music Jam. It was very similar to the other music jams. There were a bunch of different themed stages all around the island. Cadence and the Penguin Band also made a return. There were a decent amount of items being given away. They included the blue headphones, the Music Jam shirt, and the boombox. If you could meet Cadence and the Penguin Band, then you could get their backgrounds. The party began on July 8th and ended on July 19th. Later, in August, came one of the more unique parties of the year. The party I'm talking about is the Mountain Expedition. It started on August 12th and was supposed to end on the 18th, but ended a day later on August 19th. The point of the party was to climb up to the top of Club Penguin's tallest mountain. As you can guess, there were a few new rooms that came out of this. Some of them included the supply camp, the ice cavern, and the toughest mountain. Along with the new rooms came new items. They were the chili trek hat, the red flag, and the top of the mountain background. But there weren't just new rooms and items. There were also new stamps. This was the first party to have special party stamps, which were something nearly every other party would have after this. They were the party puzzle stamp and the happy room stamp. Because it's September, you might be able to guess which party's coming next. That's right, it's the fair. It was the fourth fair party to be held and began on September 3rd. Like usual, there were mini games that penguins could play to earn tickets. These tickets could then be used to buy items. There were a bunch of items for non-members, as well as many member-exclusive items. Some of the items at the party were the balloon flower hat, the red and yellow stripy hat, the clown wig, and the ice cream cone. Rockhopper came to the party like normal. The party ended on September 13th. After the fair came a different kind of celebration, and that was the Stadium Games. It was an event that started on September 24th and was being celebrated because of the release of Club Penguin Game Day for the Nintendo Wii. As you can probably tell from the name of the party, the only decorated room was the stadium, and it was also where all of the events took place. These events included the 100-meter waddle, the jackhammer rivals, and the target champ. One item was available to penguins, and that was the miner's helmet. The party came to a close not in September, October, or even November. It finally ended on December 20th. The reason why it ended when it did was because it needed to be changed back to the ice rink for the holiday party. In total, the party lasted for 2 months and 20 days. Next came a special party for Club Penguin, and that was the 5th year anniversary party. It started on October 23rd, making it the first anniversary party to start before October 24th, and ended on October 25th. Like usual, the coffee shop and book room had decorations. The only item available was the 5th year party hat. One interesting thing about it though was that it had 5 different colors, making a reference to 5 years. It comes as no surprise that the next party was a Halloween party, right? It was the 6th annual Halloween party to be held, starting on October 28th. The candy hunt returned as usual, as well as the stormy sky. The haunted house from last year also made a return. However, there was a new room called the Dark Chamber. There were quite a few items at the party. Some of these included the purple bat wings, the storm lantern, and the ghost costume. The party came to a close on November 4th. The next event to be celebrated wasn't a party whatsoever, and that was the Great Storm of 2010. It began on October 28th to November 14th, and marked the first rain on Club Penguin. This rain would in turn lead to the celebration of water, which we'll get to in just a minute. Because of the rain, small changes were made to a few rooms, such as the fire going out in the cove, and the watering system in the mine shack continuously being activated. Like I said just a few seconds ago, the Great Storm of 2010 led to the celebration of water. This was an event that celebrated the release of Cardjutsu Water. Obviously the water dojo was the main room for celebration, but the ninja hideout and the dojo courtyard also had decorations. There were 3 items being given out: the water tank background, the bucket hat, and by meeting Sensei, you could get his autograph. The event started on November 16th and ended on December 3rd. Like always, the year ended with the holiday party. It didn't add many new things, just a few different items and a revamped version of Coins for Change. Rockhopper came back and penguins could play Treasure Hunt on the Migrator. The question mark room also made its appearance at the party. I actually have a full episode on that topic. Link to it will be in the description. There were 4 items in total. They were the reindeer antlers, the globe hat, the holiday toque, and Santa's present bag. The party began on December 16th and closed out the year on the 28th. And those were all the parties celebrated in 2010. I'd have to say that party-wise, this year was good, but not as great as 2008 or 2009. There were many repeats from the past years, such as the Music Jam and the Fair, but there still were a good amount of new types of parties. So where would Club Penguin go from here? I mean, they had merchandise out, which was selling pretty good. They just celebrated their 5th year anniversary party, and a bunch of new game elements were released. So how would Club Penguin top this year? Well, stay tuned and find out in the next episode. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Club Penguin 101. If you enjoyed what you saw, then be sure to leave a like, and also consider subscribing to get notified when new episodes of CP 101 are up. Until next time, beef it up.